What's up, guys? Welcome back to another brand new episode of the Outlier podcast. We unfortunately skipped another week. No excuses. We just fucked up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. We just didn't do it. Anyways, this week we do not have a hot seat. You don't, right?
We don't,
Yeah.
but continue.
Yeah. So
Like,
we last was it on the last episode when we
it
talked about
might
it?
have been the last episode or the episode before that, but
Yeah, so we had mentioned a hot seat question, basically where, what would you do if you were like to find out your friend's cheating or your friend's girl is cheating, right? Basically, that it
yeah.
was something along those lines. So
It
something
was
very
well, I
what?
think it was very specific to what actually happened. I think I had asked you, what would you do if you saw your friend's chick with somebody? I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it was very
I think it
specific that
was
way.
yeah.
Yeah. And so it's very exciting that we're about to talk about one of our hot seat questions coming to fruition and kind of talk about how it played out, the situation, and kind of compare it to
What we
what we
said,
talked about,
yeah,
what would happen. And then
yeah.
I'll let Saul take over because he's the one that had the experience. But yeah.
Yeah, so I called you up immediately when this happened, so you already know what I'm gonna
Mhm.
say. Basically, so I was working out, right? And I noticed that, first of all, the did we clarify what the hot seat question was or no? Basically,
Really quickly,
yeah, go ahead and ask it.
set the premise. I had asked Saul as a hot seat question, and you all obviously. What would you do in a situation where you saw your really good friend with somebody else of the opposite sex and it didn't look friendly? It actually looked a bit more intimate than what typically a friendship would be. So, for instance, if you're a male, if you saw your guy friend, I mean, sorry, yeah, if you saw your guy friend's chick with another guy, what would be your reaction? Would you tell him, or would you not say anything? You know,
Hmm.
basically that's
Yeah, so you guys can imagine what ends up happening, right? So,
it.
like I said, I'm working out, right? And I've never seen my friend's I almost kind of my friend's girlfriend working out, right, at my gym, right? Which is like whatever. I've never seen her there before, ever. First time ever. And so my first instinct is like, okay, well, my friend's about to come into the picture soon, right? He should be coming soon, or whatever. Um, I then see her walking around the whole gym, going from machine to machine, right? Working out with another dude, right? So the first thing I think is, well, maybe it's like a family friend, maybe it's our cousin, who knows, right? So to kind of play
Right.
it subtle and not jump to conclusions, I text my friend, right? And I'm like, hey, bro, you coming to the gym soon? And he goes, no, why? I already went. I'm coaching or whatever he does, working, whatever. And fuck. And I'm kind of like,
I need to stop
yeah, I
laughing
know, I
because
know.
honestly,
You-
this is like a serious, like this is a serious situation, and I feel like me laughing at the situation is pretty disrespectful of me because this guy, I'm pretty sure, is going through it right now. So
Yeah.
I need to stop my crap.
Anyways, he goes, no, I went earlier. Why? What's up? And I go, well, your girl's here, bro. I just assumed you were gonna come through, right? And he goes, um, no, I know she's there. And I was like, oh, okay, well, who's that dude she's with, right? And immediately, he's like, nah, like, quit playing. Because you know me very well. I do mess around like that, right? I like to get under people's skin. That's who I am. But so he thinks I'm joking. And I go, nah, bro, this, like, I'm being dead serious. Like, she's with some dude. And he's like, nah, like, I don't believe you. Like, what are they doing? And I'm like, bro, they're working out. Like, they're here together working out. He goes, no, take a picture and prove it. And so that's fucking awkward, right? To like take a picture of someone, right? Like, so I'm like trying to find the best way where I don't look awkward or creepy taking a picture of these people. And I eventually get the picture, right? And I send it to him. And he goes, I'm on my way. And so he fucking stopped what he was doing, right? He was busy and came to the gym and was like, he called me. He was like, hey, where you at? And I was like, I'm in the restroom, bro. And I told him straight up, I said, this is your like your business, bro. You take care of it, you know? Like I just did my part by letting you know what was happening. The rest is up to you. Do not bring me and be like, tell him what you said and like not none of that shit, right? So he goes, okay, I understand. And so he goes and I told him very specifically, I said, if you want to know the truth of what's really going on, don't ask your girl. Because during that whole time, he was asking his girl, texting her. I didn't know this. He was texting her, who are you with? Who are you with? Who are you with? And she told him like 3 or 4 times, I'm by myself, which is a huge red flag because she wasn't by herself, right? So when he told me
Y-
that, I said, if you want to know the truth, don't ask your girl because she's already lying to you. Ask the
Yeah.
guy, right? And so he goes, right, that makes sense. So he went and asked the guy, and the guy was like, yeah, I'm working out with your girl, like, and just kind of smirked and smiled, right? And that's all he told me. I didn't ask anymore after that. I knew he was going through it, so I just kind of let him be. Um, but to me, it looks like that I think that's cheating, bro. That's cheating. I think. Do you think that's cheating?
Because you have to define what cheating is, and to me, what cheating is, you set boundaries when you go into a relationship, even if they're not verbal, they don't need to be written contract. You know, you have a sense of what is tolerable and what is not. She 100% would not like for him to be doing that. So, in my eyes, it is definitely cheating
Yeah, yeah. Like they didn't do anything, obviously, that we know of, but
that we know of.
but the fact that she was telling him that she's by herself and like swearing like no, like why would you ask? Like I'm by myself. You're sneaking around with another dude. That's cheating. And her claim was
It,
like, "Oh, this is like some guy from church, right?" Which is like I guess trying to put like the best light over it, you know, the kind of like, "Oh, it's so
yeah.
innocent." But if it was so innocent, you wouldn't have to lie. You know what I
You
mean?
wouldn't have to lie. I think that's the biggest takeaway here is that usually when somebody's
And this
lying,
motherfucker was jacked too. Let's just put that out there.
yeah,
He was
usually if
in shape.
somebody usually if somebody's lying, it's because there's something that they're trying to hide or, they're guilty of something. And but I mean that's pretty much the whole story, right? Which is an absolute crazy story
Yeah.
just alone.
Mm.
But I want to go back to when I first asked you this question because the way you said it is actually pretty accurate to the way you said you would handle it. But I
Yeah.
want you to explain how actually difficult it was to do what you said you were gonna do because it wasn't easy.
Yeah. So when I realized that they were like very friendly and like laughing and giggling and walking around the whole gym together, right? I was like, damn, this looks weird to me. Like, fuck. Like, should I had to think about it. I'm not gonna lie. I had to think about it. I was like, should I tell my friend or should I just mind my business? And and then I thought back to when we talked about it, right? And I was like, well, I made up my mind already. I just was kind of being a little coward, you know. I knew what to do. I just didn't want there to be problems between, you know, because if you think about it, my friend was kind of like saying that I was lying, you know, like prove it. So
Yeah.
that's what I was trying to avoid, which is like whatever. But it was very difficult for me to come to that conclusion that I have to tell my friend. And it's a lot easier said than done for sure. We always do these little scenarios, and it's always, you know, the answer's so easy it appears, but to actually go and do it is a very difficult thing. And I feel like now I would do it way easier because you know, it felt good to kind of like, hey, bro, like I'm being a good friend, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah.
No, I give kudos to you too because I feel like a lot of people in that situation would pussy out and not do anything.
Oh, 100%.
So yeah, and so you pretty much did everything to a T, in my opinion. Like there's no flaw. Like even to the point where you told this guy, I feel like this is a situation for me that if I'm thinking clearly, I would have told him too. But in that situation, I probably wouldn't. Where you told him, ask the guy, don't ask her.
Yeah.
That was like crazy advice to give off of like off the whim. Like that's, I mean, kudos to you, bro, because That's something after the fact I would have been like, damn, it would have been smart if he would have gone to the guy. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if I would have thought of that on the spot. So damn, that was good.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, obviously the guy has nothing to lose and she has everything to lose. So who's more likely to lie in that scenario, right? To try
Mhm.
to save their ass, the girl. So yeah, a little update on him though. I ended up texting him, and I was kind of curious, like, hey, bro, what happened? Like, kind of curious if they're still together or not. And he just said basically like, oh, I have problems trusting now, and like, I don't
Mm.
know how to feel, and like, basically, it's been over a week now, right, or about a week,
Yeah.
and they're still together. He just has trust issues now, which is like, I didn't even reply. Like, it is what it is. I did my part. If he's too attached to let go of that, then I don't know what to say, bro. But
What's his name?
Roger.
You're about to spill the beans.
Nah, 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 nah. I kind of realized not to midway through, a little late, but um, yeah,
Told us where he worked, his address, the
nah,
gym he goes to.
yeah, bro. But it's I feel bad for people like that. It
Yeah,
sucks,
100%.
man.
Yeah, because I mean, we can laugh about it now, but you and I have been in a very vulnerable situation, very similar to like, I mean, similar as far as emotion goes, but we've been in two different situations. We know how it is to go through it in a relationship or exiting a relationship is probably one of the worst things ever, especially if you're not the one ready to let go, which in this case is that dude.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he's not ready to let go. He knows deep down like it's not gonna end well.
Mhm,
He just doesn't want to do it, you know. Which
mhm.
is like, so he obviously in his head he's like, oh, we're gonna try to work it out. Like, shooting, he's trying to rationalize everything that she did. Like, oh, it's not that bad. Yeah, she lied, but it didn't do anything. He's trying to make it better, but he knows deep down that she, kind of cheated on him, right? So it's when for a girl to do that, that's like she doesn't want you anymore. Like, it's done, bro.
You know she sent him the smoothies.
Yeah, yeah. That fuck, bro. You gotta leave that girl, man. 100%. If you're out there listening, bro, just leave that girl, man. Any guy in a situation like this, leave. It's not worth it. I promise you.
Yeah. And I kind of don't want to open up too much about your situation, but kind of broadly speaking, we kind of feel like we'll never have that person. We kind of feel like nobody else will care for us that way that person did
Yeah, yeah,
until
yeah,
until you realize that if they actually cared about you, they wouldn't have hurt you in to begin with. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So the possibility of somebody out there that actually cares about you more than this person is very
Hard
much a
to,
possibility
yeah, but it's hard to
that we just can't.
imagine.
Exactly. And
Hmm.
so leaving that situation because you're worth more. And I know that sounds like super like
Yes,
washed and
queen.
cliche. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. But it is true. Like that cliche is true. You have to know your worth and you have to know where you need to put your energy. And a situation like that, you need to leave. Easier said than done, but I mean,
yeah. He's a little younger than me, so I was kind of going through that when I was his age, so I could,
you,
eventually he'll
you,
learn. He'll learn 100%.
you know what's interesting is at work today, I there's this new kid, right? He's 18 years old and super talkative dude. I mean, I'm telling you, this is the first time I ever met him, and he started talking to me about his brand new girlfriend. And
Okay.
dude, he's so excited, sipping over her, right?
Hmm.
Saying like, dude, I don't even deserve her. She has very successful parents. She's already doing all this stuff for college, and I'm just some dude that works at this corner store blah 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 blah. And I was like, dude, first of all, like you have to act like you deserve to be with her. If not, she's gonna lose interest very quick. After this puppy love thing, bro, what's gonna happen is she's gonna feel this presence of you being lesser than her. And women are they date up, bro. Like they want to be with a guy who's confident. And if anything, they feel like they're not up to their level. You know what I mean? So you have to act like you belong where you belong. And
Yeah.
if anything, it's going to motivate you to become a better version of yourself. But, um, and then he was just like, yeah, bro, like she's different. Like ever since I've been talking to her, I don't think about any other girls. I was just like, bro, like,
That's how it starts, bro.
I was like, dude, I'll tell you what, you have to understand also is that this beginning phase, you might be confusing love for lust. And he didn't know what the word lust was. Young kid, you know what I mean? He's like, lust. And
That's just a
uh,
Texas thing, bro. 18 years old, you know what lust is, bro.
majority of people know what lust is. I'm
Uh,
just saying.
yeah, that's a Texas
And
thing, bro.
so I told him, and he's like, nah, bro, I've never heard it that way. I was like, he's like, I'll keep that in mind. But it was super cool to see, like, not cool, but like interesting to see this young kid like in a space where I used to be. And it's kind of hard to imagine that I used to go through like that phase that he's going through, kind of oblivious to the relationship dynamic and love life and stuff like that. So I don't know, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, have you ever dated anyone more successful than you?
I mean, success is a kind of a weird term,
Let's say
but I
financially, just financially.
no,
No.
no,
Yeah, well,
no.
I can kind of speak on that. Like, I hope we, man, if he if he uses that mindset that he has, that he's like the lesser one on the food chain compared to her, he could use that to his advantage so much, bro. Because I've dated a girl of a few that are more successful than me, which is not hard to do, by the way. Anyways,
Yeah.
I've never been more driven in my life than being like the underdog in the situation. Like it just made me like I couldn't sleep sometimes because I'd be like, how do I improve? How do I improve? And I kind of miss that, bro. Honestly, I
Hey
miss.
guys, this motherfucker was trying to get into crypto because he wanted to strike it big.
Nah, not crypto.
Bro, what was it?
The stock market.
This motherfucker was studying, bro.
I was,
Oh
dude.
my
I was
god,
watching
that's
like I was watching hours of videos. Why is that funny? Hey guys, trying to be better is fucking funny. Look at this motherfucker.
bro. Motherfucker was motivated, bro.
I
I was like, hey,
was,
bro,
dude.
let's get on Fortnite. Nah, bro, I gotta learn about these stock markets. Damn. Oh shoot.
Yeah, man. I kind of miss that, bro. I need that in my life. I tell you this all the time, bro. It's like I need something to like to fire me up to do better, you know? I'm that type of person. I need like a fire under my ass. I was in a relationship where like I feel like if you're in a relationship, your girl should kind of push you to be better,
Yeah.
which some people would see as like, no, they should accept you as you are and all that, right?
Mhm.
I don't buy into that shit. I want my girl to be like, nah, dude, get your shit together, like, push me to do better because I need that 100%.
Because when you could become better, y'all become better.
Yeah,
And
100%.
that's really what pushed America to be what it is.
Uh-huh.
And really the world, you know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
Like,
like the most successful men have always had like a good woman by their side, pushing them to do better. That's
yeah.
just how it is, bro. I need that. Or I need to do what you do and have a little changuito, a little kid.
Yeah, we've talked about this. I don't know if on the podcast, but definitely on the phone, where the more that you add responsibility to yourself, the more that fire is lit under you. So you have to take on more. Like it motivates you to take on more. So it
Hmm.
starts small, right? Once you get into a relationship, oh well, now I have a girlfriend. I want to have nice things. I want to take her out to nice places. Boom, you start working a little bit extra hours. Then you start, I don't know, you get engaged or whatever it is. Now it's like, okay, now I need to prove to her that I can support her and, find a place to live, whatever it is. Then you get married, that goes up another level. You have kids, goes up another level. The man always adjusts to the situation. And the women do too. It's just different roles, right?
Mm.
But the man will always become more successful, a good man, because there's some, obviously there's some low lives out there that,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, But a good man will always step up to the plate when need be. And that's why everybody is so particular on, well, I'm not going to have kids until I have this job. I'm not going to get married till I have this job. The truth is, you're probably not going to be motivated until you're in that situation. That's the truth.
Yeah. I feel like that's me, bro.
Because you really need to have some type of motor in you to be and people have it. I'm not like like I don't want to exclude people that actually become doctors before getting married and having kids, because there's people out there that do, but most people, they need a fire lit under them in order to become the person that they're meant to become. Because if not, I just sit around on the couch, on my phone when there's other things to do. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
mean, I've talked about this with you before. I've never seen you work so hard before you had a kid. Like when you were married, it went up a level, but it was still like in the range of like, okay, that's still kind of normal for him to do, right? But then when you had a kid and like you just started working crazy, like you're grinding now. Um, and I'm kind of impressed by that. I've never seen it happen firsthand, but it's crazy to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it happened natural too. That
That's good, man. Um, I know we kind of went off on a tangent, but I wanted to talk about. So there's a bunch of millionaires in the news right now for a lot of different reasons. One of them
Oh
is,
yeah, yeah.
one of them is, a few of them. I don't know how accurate this is, but at least one of them was like a billionaire. At least one. I think people are taking it out of context, but so basically, these billionaires went into a submarine trying to go and reach the depth of where the Titanic sits, and they built this like. Have you seen the videos or no?
I've only seen memes of this, and I don't even completely understand
Okay,
it because I don't know anything about it.
so basically it's the size of a minivan, and it has one button inside, just one button, like an elevator button, right? You push it to go up, you push it to go down. That's it. That's all the button is for, right? And then they control it, like steer it with a remote control, or not a remote control, like a PlayStation control.
Okay.
That's what they use to control the submarine, right? Like literally a game console control. And it's built. It was built out of plexiglass, and there was like a bunch of videos of people kind of critiquing it before it even went down, being like, this looks kind of like, you know, makeshift for billionaires to be
That's
using,
that's
right?
what I was
Like
thinking.
very very shitty like technology for what they could actually pour into it, right? Um, so basically they ended up going down and they got lost at sea, bro. Like no one ever heard from them. And then I believe the Coast Guard reported that they heard an implosion like through the radars, or picked up an implosion, whatever. And so they assumed that was from the submarine. It was around the same time they went down. So they assumed that it imploded, which basically means like they kind of exploded underwater, right?
Yeah, that's what I
So
was thinking it was. I've never heard that word, but it makes sense.
yeah, so they're presumed dead, and then the company came out and said like our CEO is probably dead. All that stuff. But yeah, super successful guys. I guess they were just bored, wanted to go see the Titanic, and fucking ended up dying. But there's
That
already a conspiracy out that supposedly they only did this to fake their deaths and disappear.
Okay, so I'm glad you mentioned that because actually on Facebook, I have a friend from high school, super woke dude, and I don't mean woke as like politically woke. I mean the old term woke where people are actually looking at things at beyond face value. Like they dig in deep into certain things, especially when it comes to politics. And he put on Facebook and I shared it. Something along the lines of like people are just trying to distract us for something else that's going on. And I thought it was super interesting. I don't know if I completely buy into it, but dude, he had this long post and I can't find it. Oh, here we go. He put distractions, distractions, and more distractions. As above, so below. What they want you to look, what they want you to look right is when, wait, they want you to look right when you should look left. a missing submarine where the Simpsons have already predicted this outcome. First of all, it's not a prediction, it's planned. It's us, the spawns, manifesting this ourselves. We leave the age of Pisces and are borderline entering the new shift of Aquarius. As to the Hollywood, and he put in brackets, Holly Weird is releasing these movies involving water and such since 2022. We are entering the new age. Kill your TV, wake up your family, channel into the actual truth around you. I think that's like, it's interesting, bro.
Honestly, I kind of agree with that in the sense of they're kind of trying to distract us from something, but I don't know what. This was actually something I wanted to talk about too. Is did we talk about it already? I don't know about the UFO in Vegas,
Ooh.
right? So that to me was like super. What the fuck is that? That to me was way too transparent as opposed to how we usually find out about these like UFO things and like all these
Mhm.
secret alien things. Like we have to kind of dig for them and people leak them and all this crazy stuff, right? But for them to kind of report, oh, there's a crash, a family says they saw aliens, and then it's all over the news, all over Instagram, everywhere, right? Like super easily. There was no type of like trying to conceal it, which usually happens, right, with these credible cases. But as for this one, there was like video footage of everything and
Yeah.
all over the news, which was kind of to me a red flag. Like, what are they trying to, what? I feel like they're trying to hide something. Like they're trying to make us look somewhere else.
Not only that, bro, but you have to think that they're tapped into our phones too. So whoever has this footage, if they really wanted to, they could erase. They could get rid of that footage,
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
but they're allowing it to be published.
That's the weird part. That's because they don't
You know what
usually
I mean?
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Anyways, I had mentioned multiple millionaires. So there's or billionaires. There's two more billionaires I want to talk about. Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. So they are supposedly going to fight in the UFC at some point. I believe it was Mark who challenged Elon and Elon accepted, which I never thought Elon would accept.
Elon will get his ass beat
You think so?
100%.
Elon is much bigger than him, bro.
I don't give a shit.
All right,
Zuck,
I got my money on Elon. I'll bet you on that. On
I will bet you on that.
how much?
I don't think it's gonna happen, first of all. But if it did happen, I'll bet you $100. Zuckerberg is literally winning tournaments right now.
Yeah,
On
for
is it jujitsu or
yeah,
no?
jujitsu.
Right,
Yeah, jujitsu.
bro. I don't care how big you are. Fucking, Eh, like think about this. I think a 145 will tap you out.
Me?
Yeah.
Nah, not me. Maybe you, but not me. Nah, I'm gonna just go with Elon just because I'm a fan of Elon, so I'm willing to lose money on him. I agree with you though. In terms of like fighting skill, Mark Zuckerberg is for sure, the favorite. But I'm
Yeah.
an Elon fan, so I'm going with Elon. But this is projected to be the biggest fight ever to ever exist in terms of money, viewership, all that, legacy, all of that. It's like the biggest fight ever.
I'm not surprised, but that's kind of messed up. You know what I mean? Like for all the fighters that dedicated their lives to this game,
Yeah,
just for two billionaires to be like, yeah, let's just throw this silly match together and let's
and
become legends. Because we've never got that in our lives, you know what I mean? You're not
yeah.
gonna see Abraham Lincoln fucking box MLK or something. I don't know, like obviously the different
You
timelines,
know,
but you know what I mean.
it's so crazy because I've growing up, I never saw billionaires take risks like that. Like there were always the boring guys in suits that just were super rich, and that's it. They didn't take any risks outside of their own little, life. And now, like, we got these fucking crazy ass billionaires willing to fight, willing to go to space, build tunnels on, like, this is fucking crazy, man. It's a good time
Wait,
to be alive.
yeah, well, you know what it is? It's social media. Because we've never been this close to anybody famous ever. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You can literally
disconnected.
have a you can literally have a conversation with people that are like in the past untouchable now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
it's super dope. I mean, you can have Elon Musk retweet your tweet, for
Yeah.
instance.
Yeah, that's a good point, bro, because if the internet did not exist, none of this would be happening. They would just
And,
exist, right?
and think about all the trolls that try to like start this. Ooh, you know, I think Zuckerberg would destroy Elon, and then
Yeah.
that turns into a little something, and Elon's kind of gets his ego a little high. He's like, hell no. So
That's an interesting fight, man. I hope that happens. I got Elon. We bet $100 each. You guys heard it here first. Let us know what you guys think. Who would win and why? I think that's
yeah,
it though for this episode.
I'm a Elon fan. I'm just not delusional enough to be like he would win this fight.
Nah, I'm a Elon fan, bro. I don't care.
Hmm.
I'm a ride or die.
All right, bro.
Anything
But hey,
else you want
guys,
to add, brother?
I do. It's my 27th birthday today. All I ask from
Oh
y'all,
shit! I
yeah.
totally forgot. I didn't. All right, guys. I didn't forget it was his birthday. I forgot it was his. Like I said, happy birthday earlier. I just did. I not? Did I
You
not?
forgot though. I was like, yeah, bro, we
Nah,
can't
I
record till I get back from dinner because we're gonna celebrate my birthday. And you were like, no way, it's your
I fooled
birthday.
your ass, bro. Check the mail. Check the mail.
I stood by the mail for 4 hours this
Said that
morning. I said,
that's your problem. You should have stood there for 5. You fucked
that's
up.
facts. No, but listen, all I ask is that you'll like the video, hit the subscribe button if you all are new, and leave down in the comments maybe a hot seat question or would you rather, something down there to help us produce content for you all because it goes a long way. And that's really what we're here to do. We're here to engage you with you all and just make content for you all. So if you can help us out in that way. But I'm
20.
27 years old. Oh my god,
I
bro.
know, dude. I'm 25. Feels like we're gonna die soon, huh?
Yeah, bro. I got you on my will, by the way.
All right, cool. Will you give me the PS4?
The ring lights
Okay, sheesh.
and the mic you bought me.
Just get my mic back. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, drop a hot seat question or a would you rather. We might, if it's good enough, we might add it. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much. Peace.
Peace.